I believe, if I understood correctly, so printing is a wide, range of, services, and but I believe you're mentioning like 3D printing, especially because if we go like to the traditional, printing industry, there will be still, like a demand on, like printing, like physically printing, people will still meet, and apart like of the windows we had like during COVID, that we had like, to figure out like on how to communicate, and web, or like, recording Zoom meetings. So we are still meeting, we are still, receiving paper, maybe it will shift, to more digitalized as the new technologies, like, having holograms, or having like, like the famous, Google glasses show us, like, or projector, from our, phones, or, like smart watches, things like that, to project, like the informations, and having like in front of us, like if it was like, a piece of paper. But I would like, to focus, like, I think the big game changer, and it's been really good, like on the last year, but it will increase dramatically. So the numbers are like, for the 3D printing, right? If you're talking about like the 3D printing, it will be like, reach an evaluation of 5.8 billions by 2030. And the CAGR, right, will be on a growth of 13.2%, expanding growth. So those are like kind of the big numbers, and how, this, 3D printing will impact. And it's part of the digital transformation. We, as a company, we are using like 3D printing, like to build, prototypes, to build fixture. Now we got to the point to where, like we can print from, metal filament. So we can have like a finalized product from very high level, 3D print. The level that we are reaching, and the capabilities that basically, anybody, right? So that have like some, like 3D modeling skill set, or not even that, for example, I'm, like an electrical, let's say, guy, automation, and I'm more like, wiring things, but there are like tools out there, that facilitate, like the construction of your idea. And then a lot of tutorials, YouTube videos, you can learn quickly, and then you can send like your drawing to the printer, so you can keep like the printers here at home, like in a smaller scale. Or, like I said, on a larger scale, there are already out there, like 3D printers, so people are using printers like extensively. So it will be, it's already booming. Yes, basically, yeah, like I said, the demand is high to, like, from machine builders, from like every type of, organization that builds something, right? So before, the way of doing was like, hey, I have this, machine shop that can fabricate for me, I present the drawings on a piece of paper, and then they're gonna go through, and usually, like the true output of these shops, it's not that fantastic, to use an euphemism. But now with this, 3D printing, everything is switching. If you have like enough volume to basically, justify, the price of a professional, machine, and you can do in-house like a lot of things, for example, for us, that we are also, OEMs. It's like, hey, we need this piece, let's design this piece, let's print it out. And instead of, printing out from, like nylon or, plastic, we can print like real, metal parts. And it's definite. That's kind of, I'm mostly like, like a practical guy, so I wanna, give you like this, practical example. So I think you're really going to catch like, the essence of what this is, right? So like I said, having like your ideas, realized in your desk, and it's just amazing, right? So instead of waiting and going through like 2 3 different, vendors and subcontractor and wait for, like 3 months, you can have a model, then you can go, and develop this model and show to your customers, hey, look what I built. This is what we're doing, and it just speeds up like, like the reaching out, like networking and sales process. I hope I answered, your question. If you have more, just feel free to reach out to me. You can find me at David P at brightIATX.com. I see you there. Goodbye.